Hi everyone, it's Nancy back with another process video for you, and this time I'm working on some photos from my American album. I'm using the paper from the cut and paste collection from Amy Tangerine even, and I'm just using two landscape photos and a portrait photo. And I'm going to use a similar design that you've seen me use before, and that is where there's a gap at the bottom, and I kind of build my cluster out from that. These photos are from Las Vegas, and this is Cesar Palace. I've just cut out this 4x6 card from Amy Tangerine. There was some words at the top there which I didn't want to include, so I'm going to cover them, tuck them up behind the photo. I did just cut a little bit of the yellow off as well because I knew that I'd probably want to use that in another cluster. So here I am just using the walnut stain ink and my triangle roller stamp, just adding some texture to the background. I kind of vaguely know where my photos are going to go, so it's going a little bit crazy and just adding all that over. Then I've taken out my large brayer and I'm using my mustard seed ink, and I'm just going to add that over. Because the photo inside there was no natural light, so it's quite a yellow photo, and then the other two photos are from the night, so it's only kind of the lights that are showing. So I decided that I'd use my yellow, taking that cue from the photo. So here I am just adding some mist. I added some white, and then here I am just adding some of the gold stone. And again I'm just shaking up here, and this is the Hardy Swap Coral colour shine. So here I am just looking at the other cutter parts that I've got. And I've also got some Project Life cards that I'm going to pull out here as well. I'm sorry I don't actually know what these Project Life cards from. I think some are from the Dear Lizzie collection, and some are from the something Traveller, Vintage Traveller maybe collection. Can't quite remember what they were called. But as I said, I did get these in sort of, just brought the odd sort of sets of them, so I don't have full sets. So I'm just pulling out any that may match. I'm also going through my cutter parts here because I know that I had other cutter parts from the Amy Tangerine cut and paste. Just looking if I want to use any of these. Again, I'm just cutting these up as well because they're going to be easier to store. So I'm happy with that, and I'm going to just bring my layout back. And I'm just putting glue in the middle like I normally do, so I can tuck things behind. To get that to sit right, I'm going to have to show a little bit of that blue writing which was on that card, but I will eventually cover that up. So here I am just looking at cards. That card is actually from the Midnight edition, but it's not from my core kit. It's actually I got some Midnight edition cards, and then which I didn't realise, and I also have the whole core kit, so it's good that they're kind of quite a neutral card really, because I have quite a few of them. So here I am just looking at these other Project Life cards. I decided to use this Dear Lizzie one, and again I'm just cutting them down so I can add them to other clusters if needed. Here I am just taking out on my distress ink again and adding some more of that arrow stamp over them. Just want to sort of add some more texture onto it. I use the other half of that Dear Lizzie card up the top there because I decided that that's going to be where my third cluster is. This is a cut apart from the Amy Tangerine sheet, and it's kind of got a grid on it. And I'm just tucking these up, similar to how you see on my normal layouts. I just start adding. My process is photos, mount the photos, add the background stamping and texture, then start adding my layers on, and then once I have my main layers on, I start looking at all the die cuts, the flare, the stickers and everything else that I'm going to add over it. So here I am just going through my die cut box, and it's when looking through here I decide that I'm going to pull out that slightly orange tone as well. There's Simple Stories Urban Traveller. I've got quite a few bits from that collection, so I really need to use that. And it'd be ideal to use it actually in this American album, so I'm going to try and pull those out. Here I am just texting, and I was actually just texting my boyfriend because he asked what I was doing, and I said I'm scrapping. He's quite nice. He often just texts me and asks what I'm doing, and I'll go, I'm scrapping, and he'll oh, what are you scrapping, or oh, you and your YouTube and stuff like that. So it's quite funny. But he is supportive of my scrapping because he likes looking through my albums and stuff. So here I am just taking this wood grain effect frame, which came from a Scraptastic kit. And I'm just trying to split that up over 3 different clusters. I'm just using my wet adhesive to stick that down. I actually end up adding this to all 3 clusters actually, because I cut that frame down. Was going to think about using that transparency, but the yellow was just not the right colour. I had that half a doily sitting around in my stash, so I just add that to the bottom cluster. Again, this is a little Scraptastic label, and it's wood grain with a little bit of that orangey pink in, so it works really well. And just sticking that into the 2 different clusters. Here I am taking out a little bit of washi tape, and again that's a similar pink, pinky orange to that big label sticker there. I'm just adding that into the different clusters on the layout. I do stick this one down and then end up realising it doesn't show at all. So you just end up pulling that down again. And here I'm just putting this one down, and I decide that it'd be quite nice to just put some red in behind that heart cutout, and I really like how that looks. This layout was a lot shorter than my previous layouts, and it took me just under 50 minutes to make. But again, because there's more photos on the page, there's sort of less to embellish. You've seen me pull this out before. It's embossed from Cuttlebug folder, and it's loads of different words. So I was looking at picking out words to put on this, but the colour of that paper is actually all wrong. It's just too orangey. It's not got a pinky tone, so I give up on that idea. This was the sort of yellow sticker that I had lying around on my desk. So I'm wanting to put that on the layout somewhere. So I'm just pulling up my layers and tucking it down. It's not really working in any of these places. So end up pulling it over to that side there. So now I'm going through my flare, and I know that I had a flare that said win, which I really want to use on one of the sort of casino layouts from Vegas. So I was just going through there to see if anything else would work. I pull out this paper clip, but I can't really get it. Doesn't really add anything because the black in that photo, is so black that anything over it just looks a bit odd. I'm just moving this cluster around. just because I want to make sure there wasn't sort of any empty space there. Here I am going through my wooden stash and these wooden veneer stash, and these are freckled fawn arrows. So I'm just pulling those out to go in each cluster. So I've got 3 larger arrows, and then I'm just looking for one of the small arrows which I'm going to add to that side cluster. I also find a geotag while I'm searching through there, so I think that'll be quite good to add to this page. And I decided to just leave the wood veneer bare because actually the colours work really well with this layout. And again, I really just like, the different texture that it adds. Just using my Stampin' Up dimensionals here just to put this flare down. I find that's the really good height for that. And here I am, I'm going to pull out my thickers. I think I'm just texting my boyfriend back there. And I decide that my title is going to be All Hail Cesar, because that's a picture of Cesar and it's Caesar Palace. And then underneath I add sort of the subtitle which says General of Salads and Slots. I thought I was really humorous when I came up with that, and it makes me laugh, so I'm just using these stickers which I really love. I have, I think, about 3 packets of these. I really like them, they're a really nice colour, and I use a lot of sort of that coral on my layouts, so that works really well. I'm just using the October Afternoon tile stickers that come in the Daily Flash collection. I'm really going to have to get another lot of this pink colour because I love this I love that font. I'm not sure if these are kind of like replacing the mini market stickers or not. I really love the snow cone mini market stickers, which are kind of this kind of colour. It's kind of coral colour, so I think I'm going to have to pick up another packet of those. I'm just going to play a little bit around with those tile stickers in a moment once I've got this other bit of my title down. I'm just adding speech marks there. And I really like that title, so it makes me laugh. It's got nothing really to do with anything else, but I just thought it was funny. So yeah, I'm now coming up towards the end of this. I was just showing you there, that's the Wonder font, and I got them for just over £1 here in the UK, so they were a real bargain, hence why I picked up 3 different packs. So I'm just adding the final touches to this layout, and I just picked out these large orange enamel dots because they match the sort of orange that's in that flare. And I believe I'm just going to add a couple more enamel dots to those clusters, and also include putting one inside that wood veneer there. And those enamel dots fit really well, and I'm just going to add a little pink gem to each cluster as well. So I just want to thank you for watching this layout. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will be back with some more layouts later this week. I have some days off work, so I'm sure I will be doing some scrapping within that. So look for some more layouts coming up soon. So I'm just going to add some still photos, and again, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye!